We got a developing situation as Aaron Rodgers has officially had enough. And after taking shots at the Jets, is he now trolling the Steelers as well? As we roll on a Bud's Chicken and Seafood Friday. Order online at budschicken.com. First, though, listen to how Rodgers refers to Jets' new head coach Aaron Glenn. This is disrespect.
The confusing thing to me and the strange thing was, when I went out there, I meet with the coach.
Yeah, now listen to Rodgers refer to Glenn again, but again refused to even mention the man's name.
That whole situation was crazy. And I think even that was a little rogue by the head coach.
Yeah, he says coach or the coach, but he won't say the man's name. Meanwhile, now listen to the shots that he took at the Jets organization.
Listen, that was an interesting 2 years, to say the least.
Yeah, now listen to how he refers to his time he spent there.
There was no me pleading like, please have me on the team. No.
I don't know.
Well, I don't want any part of that. It was already a debacle.
Yeah, but hold on, because you won't believe what Rodgers is making a huge deal out of now. As we continue, presented by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. Rodgers repeatedly made a huge deal out of having to fly back to New York only to be released.
I think we're going to have this long conversation. I've flown across the country.
Yeah.
And 20 seconds in, he goes, so do you want to play football? And I was like, yeah, I'm interested. And he said, we're going a different direction at quarterback.
Yeah, and then he makes a big deal about his private jet trip again.
And I was kind of shocked. Now, not shocked because I didn't think that was a possibility. Listen, of course, they want to move on. That's totally fine. But shocked because I just flew across country. You could have told me this on the phone.
Yeah, and then once more about having to fly in, but listen close at the end as he tries to take control of the narrative.
I said, you don't know me. And he said, you don't know me. And then I said, exactly, which is why I flew across the country to have a face-to-face meeting with you to talk about my experience with the Jets and to hear your vision for the team.
Yeah, did you hear that last part about hearing your vision of the team? As if Aaron had any say in deciding his fate, which he didn't. Meanwhile, take a look at this. Zach Rosenblatt of the New York Times said Aaron Rodgers has never been fired before. He doesn't like how it feels. And then Matt points out this tweet. Rodgers tweeted this in 2013. Meeting in person, always better than a phone call. Yeah, but hold on, because it now appears that Rodgers is actually trolling the Steelers as well. As we continue, presented by Lindstrom Air Conditioning and Plumbing. Get them online at lindstromair.com. You remember what Mike Tomlin said about who they want in Pittsburgh?
We need volunteers, not hostages. So we're focused on the guys that are here and working.
Yeah, now it appears that Rodgers is throwing that back at them.
I'm not holding anybody hostage. I really want to emphasize that.
Yeah, and then he goes back there again, almost trolling Steelers culture.
I wasn't, stringing anybody along. I wasn't holding anybody hostage. I was honest from the jump.
Yeah, and then he speaks directly to the comments of Cam Hayward, TJ Watt, and DK Metcalf without even mentioning their names.
I've been upfront from the beginning. I don't mean any disrespect to any player on their team, veteran or young guy that comes in.
Yeah, but hold on, because Rodgers has just made it very clear. As we continue, presented by Revo Rideshare. Ride for less, drive for more. Download the app now, Revo Rideshare. Adam Schefter with the breaking news.
Aaron Rodgers is on his own timeline, not anybody else's.
Yeah, and Aaron Rodgers has no problem confirming it.
This entire time, I haven't felt like I owed anybody some sort of decision at any point.
Meanwhile, Chris Broussard has a message for the Steelers.
The Steelers are better than this.
That's what
He's
I feel
playing them like they are just some old rinky-dink franchise. They're one of the best franchises in the history of the sport.
Yeah, and then Broussard makes maybe the greatest point of all.
If Minnesota was ready to sign Aaron Rodgers right now, do you think he'd be waffling?
That's a great point.
If San Francisco was willing to sign Aaron Rodgers right now, would he be waffling? No. I think not.
The question is on the board. Question, what exactly is Aaron Rodgers doing now? Well, he's trying to control the narrative. He's trying to say, well, it's on my terms, it's my way. But what he's really doing is making it all about him while not wanting to make it all about him. But he loves it. It's draft week. He's the biggest story. He wouldn't have it any other way. And I wouldn't have it any other way than Bud's Chicken and Seafood. Crispy, crunchy, juicy, golden brown, fried perfection. Order it right now for the weekend, budschicken.com. Hit like, hit subscribe, comment, and reply to them all. And remember, every day above ground is a good day. Some are just more questionable than others. So say goodnight to the bad guy.